Hey again, friends. I'm just pulling up to my next ride here. Welcome if you're joining in. Glad to have you join. I don't even know where I'm going on this trip here or how long it is. Let me have a quick look. I can't even tell. Probably a 20, 25-minute trip. Who knows? But here we go. The mountains look so amazing here in Calgary. On our horizon are the Rocky Mountains, and they are spectacular, especially on a beautiful sunrise as the sun shines on them. And just off in the distance, it's gorgeous. And the beautiful part is that we can be in the middle of the mountains within an hour. So that's pretty amazing. Pretty awesome. It is currently about 8:15. Today's the 26th of November. This is my fourth ride in today, so hence the fourth live stream with y'all. I think I have about 3 minutes with this individual before he's queued to come to the door, but we made it on time, which is great. I believe this is my last reservation for the day so far today. Yeah, there's no more. No more. As of yet, that is. But that could change. That could change because so much can change in this work. Today is, it's getting colder again. Maybe it depends where I'm at, but it was minus 18 when I first started. It went up to minus 11 and now it's going down to minus 15 in this area where I'm currently at. So I just like to take a peek in the back there just to make sure everything's in order for my next ride, or every once in a while, because people can come in and maybe leave things, and that's happened before. I'm still trying to get accustomed to my tongue having little space to articulate, and it just, the way I'm speaking right now, by my standards, for me, it doesn't sound clean and precise. So I'm getting used to that feeling. Today is Tuesday. Yeah, today is Tuesday. So here's the final week in November before we move into December and Christmas and busyness of it all. In relation to Christmas, I might share more on this if I get in trouble here, but I enjoy the season immensely, but I refuse to buy into the pressure of it all, where one has to, go and buy a whole bunch of gifts for so many people in your life, especially when you can't, especially when you can't afford to do so. I value the other elements like spending time with family and friends and loved ones. I love being able to make memories together, but something within me chafes against the idea of just going into the hole economically because of expectations that others set for you. So to that end, I try to keep my experience and commitments very minimal. I do like spending time with my family and my kids, to be certain. Of course, I'll buy the kids some presents for sure, but I won't go all out on that. And I like, just the time, the gift of time together, especially on a holiday when you can sit and enjoy each other's company. Hey, Scooter, good to see you. And so that's how I like to commit my holidays. And so you won't find me necessarily in the malls trying to scramble and get shopping done. I just don't do that. No, it just doesn't resonate for me, and in so doing, I save myself a lot of stress. I give myself a lot of enjoyment space in my mental capacity, and I enjoy also the gifts. I actually make it a real point to say this is really wonderful that we get this time together to watch movies, go skating, go for walks, and also just to share words of of affirmation, just saying, here's what you mean to me, and here's why I'm grateful for you in my life. So to that end, I do want to say to you guys, you may not be my first priority in life, but I value you. I value that you're watching my videos, so thank you for watching my videos. I value that you resonate with similar ideals and values like I do. It's a big deal when you can find people that you share common commitments. It's nice when you don't have to do this life thing alone, you know? It's wonderful when you find your people in your community. All right, so let me grab the door frame. I'll be right back.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Hello, Don.
Hi.
My name is Binyam.
Hi, Daniel. Pleasure.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, you too.
Before we get too far in, Don, two things.
Yep.
Amazing sunrise, right?
Lovely sunrise.
I know. Secondly, I also want you to know I do an unusual thing, live streaming in my Uber.
Cool.
So just don't share anything that incriminates you in some capacity.
Yeah, no, of course. That's really cool.
Thank you. I think so too. I think so as well.
Yeah, what, on Twitch or something?
This is actually on YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube.
I'm shifting my primary platform from TikTok to YouTube
Okay.
and making plans for eventual monetization that way over there. So yeah, that's the plan at least.
Cool.
I must say I've never discovered this little corner you're in, but this is a pretty amazing specimen of real estate back here.
Yeah, it's a nice little corner. It's
Tucked away,
quiet, yeah.
but the thing is you also have gorgeous access to those mountain views.
Yeah,
So while waiting for you, I was trying to feel happy for you.
yeah. Yeah, that's nice. It's a family home. Got here in the early 90s.
And the real estate, like the footprint is quite generous
Yeah, it is, yeah.
compared to like normal standards that are going up today.
Yeah.
My goodness, yeah. It is lovely. Well, this looks like a promising day with such clearness, right?
It does. It does look like a promising day. I'd like to go out and enjoy it.
Is that possible?
No, not today.
Not today. A pipe here then. Ah, shucks.
Yeah.
No, because all the maybe the last week and a half has been sort of cloudy / foggy, right?
Yeah.
And overcast, of course, with snow. Even this park, is this like a green space here?
Yeah, it's green space, and then the river's down there, so there's a little park underneath that as well.
Oh, and this is it like a dog park as well?
Yeah, it's a dog park.
Oh, like off-leash dog park. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Why don't they make communities like this anymore?
Yeah, well, I mean, developer type of
Demands are changing, yes. And look at how close you are to like the shopping over here.
Yeah, I like it. I like it for that.
Here I am, sounding like I'm trying to sell the place to you when you already live here.
Yeah, I see you sound like a realtor or something.
I'm just in wonder. It is aesthetic with the snow as well, too.
So how many subscribers you got?
On YouTube?
All across it, you know?
Okay, TikTok, I believe, is... it's, I think, 50,000 plus, maybe?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, good job.
Well, thank you. YouTube, I'm just over 1,100 now, I believe.
Okay.
And maybe similar on the other platforms as well, from LinkedIn to Instagram as well. Yeah. Twitch is one of those ones that I have yet to get familiar with.
Twitch?
Yeah. I imagine at some point, perhaps, but yeah. You sound quite familiar with this world as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've watched stream and stuff.
Gotcha. Cool.
So have you on TikTok? Have you had anything go semi-viral? Like,
I think so.
You think so? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. So interestingly enough, here's the dynamic. TikTok, I started doing that when maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago, actually. Yeah, so I just started driving with Uber 5 years ago. Loved it so much that I stopped teaching to start doing this full time. And that was a lot of fun. I guess the response that I was getting just seemed unusually enthusiastic for my riders, where they were saying this is something that they've never had before as far as just experience. So I thought maybe there's something I'm doing here, Don, that I could maybe I can share some ideas that I'm finding work for me with other drivers. I just didn't want to come across presumptuous, but I'm like, something seems to be going really well here. So I started posting some videos with consent, of course, and I was thinking maybe a good decade before anything took traction, and when it happened in months, it was kind of shocking. And it was just like everyone all over, like internationally, was just really relishing it. So that was the beginning there. At that time, my followers were saying things like, Biniam, they said, Uber's going to reach out to you and they're going to try and sponsor or do some things. I said, honestly, I feel like I'm fairly confident in my ability to do homework on this, and I'm anywhere close, size-wise, to being noticed by such a organization. So I was the most shocked when it did happen.
It did happen.
It did happen, like shockingly. They called me up and said, so we've been watching your videos and we love what we see and we'd love to do some things together. And so that began, I don't know, just, the media reaching out for, it just took, it went off even more from there. And then, so that was a lot of fun. This is still mid-pandemic, mind you, but then I stopped driving for a bit while I transition through, some slow patches in the pandemic. I took on another job at a warehouse, but I was always, I told them right from the outset that I'm here for a short time, like 2 years, I'll give you, but I'm planning to come back to doing this full time again. And part of that design for me was, I love what I did. I loved the reception, but I like the idea, Don, that I'm not passively walking into a story that someone else tells for me. I like telling stories. I like telling stories, but when it comes to like this evolution here, there was just this sense where I was kind of coasting passively into this position, this handle that you're the Uber guy, which is not a bad thing because I love bringing value wherever I am. But I like also knowing, if I have the opportunity to extend influence, what is the point that I want to bring forward and sort of land on, right? I wanted to be more active in that. So I also wanted to give myself some time to just sort of mull that over because that was a challenging prospect. So working with this warehouse company was a lot of fun. Good collaboration for sure. They eventually asked me to help them in some other specific ways in leadership. So I said, yeah, we can extend this day a little bit longer. But this past summer at a festival that I was at, I just had the epiphany that I needed to be back doing this again. Like it was time, right? And I, by this time, figured out where I wanted to land on by way of intentionality, especially in that story that I wanted to extend. And so, I've been back here for a month and a half, 2 months now, maybe now. And a huge part of this coming back, not only was it driving full time, which gives me an opportunity to create content, but I've never done live streaming before. Before it was just recordings that I gained permission for. So I had to wrestle with the dynamic. How am I going to make this happen in a way that safeguards my rider's privacy, but still being able to create content in the moment and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, coming back this time, the main hub, the main theme that I want to present and commit to is the theme of integrity, especially in relation to young men. And not just because I was reflecting for those few years there, and I was thinking in the last, decade or so, the one core that I've noticed consistently has been this progressing familiarization with this theme of integrity that I'd longed for decades before. I just didn't have an idea of how to conceptualize it or experience it or that kind of thing, right? But after some significant flops personally in my life, bad mistakes and decisions and here's me on the aftermath saying, here's why I value this, and here's why this brings such richness to my life, that I want to share that with others as well too. And hence why the intentionality in saying this job with this opportunity combined, and yeah, I'm pretty ambitious with where I'd like to go with it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Thank you.
Exciting. Are you going to stay in Calgary for most of it, you think?
I like Calgary. I grew up in BC.
Okay.
I grew up in BC, but moving out here like 15 years ago for my studies,
Yeah.
and then I moved away again to Saskatchewan for a bit, but I came back just because I think it's a beautiful setting here.
It is. Yeah.
So I'm quite enthusiastic here.
Yeah.
I know a lot of my followers all around have been saying, you need to come over here, and I say, I'll happily come for a visit.
Yeah, 'cause I think that'd be really good content, right? If you kind of bounce around
Absolutely.
a bit.
Dawn, do you know what I'd love to do? As I continue the work that I do, and as I build not only one value that I'm bringing to the brand with Uber while I do my pursuits, but also second, I have like a wish list that I'd be asking. One of the top ones I think that I'd be asking is to be cleared in a unique way as a driver to drive anywhere in the world. Because right now, as it is, we're just kind of bound to the area where our insurance covers. But to be able to like travel internationally and continue to curate content, but also bring different cultures, perspectives,
it's
values
different,
into this conversation, that is a scintillating prospect. Yeah,
Yeah, that would do a lot.
I think so. But in the meantime, I appreciate there's a certain patience that's necessary for this kind of work, you know, where even as I was finishing my work at the previous company that I was working with, I didn't feel that sense of being rushed and saying, I gotta get this done now. It's more like, I'm gonna get there at some point, but in the meantime, how can I just invest in and do the time that I need in the slow progression, you know, because I like the quality of work that's being brought forward, and I also appreciate the quality community. So, in time.
Yeah.
Nothing like driving into the sunrise, right?
Yeah, I guess it's a bit. Is it tough or?
No, it's not tough at all. No.
Looks good.
Do you remember as a kid having the experience where you wanted to defy the counsel from the grown-ups that said, "Don't look into the sun," because
Yes. I do remember that.
and you're like, as if I can handle it, and you just kind of stare as long as you can, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
You've had that
I've
day.
done that. That like this, you know, when you
Yep.
close your eyes
Yep.
after you got
And
that
it
like,
hurts.
burning. You see that like thing, you know?
Yep. It just
Outline
kind
the
of.
sun.
Yes. I'm grateful that such stupid decisions in our youth don't carry such long-term impacts. Like that could have been really bad, right?
Yeah.
We could have really burnt our eyes out, but yeah. So, what do you do in life?
I am a student at law.
Amazing. Are you articling at the moment?
Yeah, I'm articling, yeah.
Which is no small feat.
No, it's fun. It's great. It's busy though.
Demanding, right? Time-wise, yeah.
Demanding,
Are you gaining insight into which kind of law you want to practice?
Yeah, so we do rotations.
Yep.
Right now I'm on, we have we have three different types of practice.
Yeah.
In our firm. So we have the corporate floor.
Okay.
And that's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
And then we have the litigation floor, which
Yeah.
is like, you know, in court arguments and stuff like that. So I'll be going there after. And then we have another floor that's a mix of like oil and gas, real estate, employment, labor.
Okay.
And so I'll go to that floor last. And so yeah, you can get work from all the floors.
Sure.
But you get more work from the floor that you're on while you're up there. So right now I'm doing mainly carpet work. Enjoying it.
This is the kind of work you don't get paid for, right?
No, you do get paid.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's different from like the doctors and their residency who
Yeah, I think I get paid too. It's just like
really poorly, yeah, in that season. Yeah, for massive output.
Yeah, we get paid pretty well.
Okay, good.
And so, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just started in September.
Yeah.
And yeah, you start in September. Then now the bar course is like an online course.
Oh, okay.
And you write it over the course of a week in September as well.
Okay.
So it's not too hard actually.
So that would be when?
We wrote it in like I don't know September 14th.
Oh, you've already written it.
Yeah,
I see.
you write it at the start.
Yeah.
And then so we got our results back about I don't know a month ago.
Okay.
We all passed.
Nice.
All of like the students I'm with passed.
Yeah.
Which was great.
Yeah.
And but I was terrified I didn't pass.
That must have been a huge relief.
Yeah, it was a huge relief because it is like it's quite a high pass rate nowadays.
Yeah.
I think it's like 75-80%.
Okay.
And so, you felt like if it would probably be just one. There's 8 of us students there.
Yeah.
So we were thinking like one of us might not
Make it through.
Yeah, and we all did.
That's
but it would have been
awesome.
horrible to be that one.
No kidding. Oh, because that's a lot of work going in.
Yeah, it is a lot of work going in.
And pressure.
And like it can delay or it can cause problems for you if you don't pass. You can write it again, but it'll delay the date you're called to the bar.
Gotcha.
Officially lawyer.
Gotcha.
And you'd have to like call the HR and be like, hey, I need you to we need to change some dates for me. I need you to organize this and that, and it would just be so embarrassing.
I hear
Yeah, working at this firm is really great.
It sounds quite multifaceted.
Yeah, it's multifaceted, big firm.
Yeah.
The only thing we don't really do is like criminal law and family law.
Okay.
We mainly have large corporate clients, and it's great. One of the coolest things about it is it's got 4 full-time chefs.
Ooh, wow, that's included, eh?
Yeah.
Full-time chefs.
Full-time
Oh
chefs,
my
yeah.
goodness.
I just got the menu for today's menu emailed to me.
Oh,
And you just kind of click on the menu,
that is
and then you
brilliant.
select what you want,
Right.
and then you go pick it up. And then it's for us it's free, for the students it's free.
Yeah.
I think for the other lawyers it's a taxable benefit, but still
Okay.
very cheap.
Okay.
If you get the full buffet pass, because
Yeah.
they do a full buffet every day, and then they have other meals.
Yeah.
It's $8.50, and so it's got like a full salad bar and then a full pot of whatever they made for the day, or some burgers, tacos, whatever it might be, and then it's got a fruit salad there as well.
This is where I'd be inclined to extend my student season.
Yeah, right.
That's brilliant. I love it. It reminds me in some way, I have 2 brothers who are in the movie industry.
Yep.
They also feed them all the meals there, which is a huge perk. But you're working some long hours there too, Mike.
Yeah, so that's kind of when you rationalize through why they do it. It's because everybody else they're in the office building.
Yeah.
They go down, they walk to the mall, they go get their lunch, they eat the lunch there, they maybe walk around for a bit more, then they go back.
Right.
Us, we just
Stay.
and then we eat it quick and we go back to work. I mean, so we work more. That's how they see it. Now obviously us students, we just sit up there for an hour and shit. Right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. That's brilliant. I love it.
yeah.
Hey, at the heart of it, why did you want to do law?
I don't know. I just kind of, we're on the live stream, so I made some mistakes earlier in life. It's it was tough, and I just had a lot of bad things going on, and I just kind of had this vision that I'd be a lawyer, and I thought it'd be redeeming in a lot of ways too, and just kind of, set me back on the right path. So I kind of just had that goal for a while.
I had the necessity to use a lawyer some time back, and he had a similar story like that.
Yeah.
He used to be a police officer, and then I think he was charged with domestic abuse or something like that, just because the context that he was in, working and so on like that. So that was his background, but now he went into law. Now he's a lawyer, just because his big focus is sort of going against a lot of the corruption that happens in the police ranks towards the public in general. And so it's a very unique sort of angle that he took to his rationale and why he's practicing law now. It's a really fantastic story.
Yeah.
But honestly, I do appreciate like once upon a time I would have said my messiness as a human was quite embarrassing, and I think it drove me further into isolation, where I was like, I hope no one ever finds out my past, because then I'll feel worthless. But it seems to me like the beautiful aspects in our humanity are because of those messy experiences that hopefully were processed in such a way where we said, this is why we're not going back there. Here's why we're not going to learn that lesson again. You know what I'm saying? And the commitment to saying experientially, I know what it's like to be on the other side, but there's just, I don't know, that beautiful component in redemption. You know, that we're not a write-off because of the choices we made in the past.
Yeah.
There's something so sacred about our inherent worth as humans, in spite of the stuff that we do. Even like I was saying, when I got my first, it's been a long time since I had like a really poor rating, but I got a few weeks back, I got a 1-star rating, and I celebrate those. I'm like, guys, on my live stream, I'm like, here's what happened. I got a 1-star rating. Here's why this is amazing. Because one, it reminds me that I wasn't designed for perfection, like I once thought, right? And two, it reminds me that I'm not everyone's fit. So here's someone who was saying, I just wasn't their jam, despite all the things that he's trying to bring value, right? And that's totally okay, because my sense of worth was never tied to my 5.0 star rating. I saw it and I appreciated it, but I never let that ever get close to my sense of feeling worthwhile. So when I get a poor rating, 1 or 100 of them, I'm still unaffected, because my sense of worth was always there, aside from my accomplishments, whether they were great or abysmal. I wish I'd known that when I was younger. I really wish I'd known that when I was younger, you know.
How does the rating system work for Uber? Because I know people, like, drivers always ask me, like...
to give a 1-star or 5-star rating?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Give me a 1-star rating, please.
Yeah.
No, so how does it work? Basically, at the end of the ride, like, based on your experience, you just give however many stars you feel like that the individual...
Yeah, I understand that part.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, for the driver, how does for you? How does
For
it,
me,
like, affect you?
I see. So I understand now. So there's a minimum standard that they have. I think it's 4.85 that they encourage to keep above. So that's kind of their ratio to say, here's what a competent service looks like. Here's the kind that will keep you in good standing. If you dip below this, your availability on the app will be affected by the algorithm, where you won't be sent as much business, perhaps, for example, right? So those who have higher ratings, they get a lot more opportunities, they get a lot more, lucrative rides, that kind of thing. So they do reward that way. Additionally, they'll also give you perks within the app saying, we can give you more information on the nature of your rides, its length, all these kind of pertinent stuff that is more like perks if you're able to keep that up. So they try to incentivize good ratings for sure. Yeah. But it can get too many poor ones, and eventually you even might get kicked off the app.
Oh, wow.
Permanently, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're very serious about making sure you're extending good service.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand your question now. It's interesting though, ratings and so on. It almost seems in a similar vein with tipping for me. So it's kind of like, there's a perk there, I guess. Like I can understand why some riders would give or ask for the 5-star. It's kind of like online, especially when you're creating content, they encourage you to say, hey, like and subscribe and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the rationale behind that, they say, is because people won't do it unless you tell them to do it. It's just never really resonated with me. I'm like, if they like it, they'll keep on, they'll subscribe on their own volition, I think. They may not right away, but like eventually they might, you know. So I, in a similar vein, don't feel necessary to like ask for a 5-star rating. So I'm like, if it was a 5-star rating, they'll give one. But maybe they won't if it was just, your bare minimum. I like bringing value wherever I am, so to that end, I'm not concerned about whether I get a 5-star rating or not. In fact, yeah, I just like knowing that there was an experience that was imparted that was worthwhile remembering. And that's amazing. It just so turns out, though, that I also do get tipped quite well, even though I didn't ask. But that again goes into the heart of, for me, what I see tipping to be, saying I experienced something above and beyond that I didn't anticipate, and this is how I want to acknowledge that, right?
Or you don't normally get tipped, or?
Oh, I do. I
Yeah.
get tipped like, I get tipped generously and often.
Yeah.
But the point there being, like, instead of asking for it or
Yeah.
whatever, like, I like the idea that tipping is a way of signifying, saying you've gone above and beyond Call of Duty
Yeah.
in your service, and I want to acknowledge that, right? I got more value than I anticipated, for example, and this is my way of acknowledging that. So I like that idea. I don't like the idea of tipping by way of obligation, saying I guess I have to. You know, it's like, actually consider the service and work off of that premise.
Speed and red light camera in 300 meters. Speed limit is 50 kilometers per hour. Speed and red light camera in 200 meters. Speed limit is 50 kilometers per hour.
It's the morning crawl, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just.
Yesterday was unbelievable on Crow Child. Wouldn't it be amazing, Don, if all this traffic extended our capacity for with patients?
Yeah.
Many moments lost in that way.
I just got an email from this guy. He's saying he can't find, like, there was like 10 copies of this thing I was supposed to make for like
Yeah.
different individuals.
Yep.
He's saying like I'm missing like 4 of them. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure. I know I don't know. So I'm just wondering like how on earth is he missing them?
Yeah.
And I'm just annoyed.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think that the guy's not.
Or that one, yeah.
So I'm just. It doesn't make sense to me. So I'm just thinking about that. Like, why is that? Why is that going on?
Mm-hmm.
Did I really mess that up? Is he messing up? So.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking about that.
Huh. Those are frustrating when they come up. It's like,
Do I just go straight? Actually,
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm sorry. I might have the wrong drop off.
That's okay.
It's just these glass buildings up here.
oh, okay, yeah. Let's make that happen.
Thanks.
My pleasure.
What, I have Barcelona Tavern in there or something? Yeah,
Probably
looks
just the
like
other
it.
side.
Yeah.
No, this works as well too. I'm happy to make it work.
Appreciate it.
You caught me in a very amenable mood today.
Oh, great.
I know. Usually, I.
Yeah, I'll give you 5 stars for sure.
Thank you. I was really concerned about that. I was not, of course. Don, it's very nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too.
Just
Thanks for the ride.
The pleasure's mine. Let's stop
Appreciate
right over here.
Appreciate it.
You're
All right,
so
thanks much.
welcome. Okay, cheers. Alright, off to our next pickup location, wherever that is here. Neat guy. Hello, Ty. I see you there. Tai, is that how you say it? And Hassan, how are you, my brother? Good to see you as well. Let me just flip the camera around so you guys can see me again. Hello. In the midst of the downtown here, downtown core of Calgary. That's where I drive in Calgary, Alberta. Fantastic city, like I was saying to Don. Very much like it here. Although it's the season right now where it's snow, ice, cold. Yeah. It's the one thing about Calgary I don't enjoy as much as how long our winter is, but it's a beautiful city. Beautiful city. Okay, we got about 8 minutes before we get to our next pickup. So let me maybe go ahead and finish this live stream. It's going to be extended already at 40 minutes, 40 plus minutes. So I will touch base with you guys on the next one in about 8 minutes or so. Okay, see you guys.